Hello everyone, Dr. Kerry here, hanging out at the corner tonight. Put this little video together really quick just to kind of go in front of the other videos. I'm kind of doing that after the fact. Realize that the two videos, or the videos for the tutorial, are about 29 minutes long if I wrapped it into one video. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to split it up. I'm going to split it into two halves of the videos. But I'm just putting this little video to go ahead of the first video to kind of let you all know that I'm splitting it up between two videos. Did I lose you yet? Good, because I lost myself. Anywho, I just want to let you all know that's what's going to happen. So if you're seeing this, you're going to know that the next segment is going to be a two-part video. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to toss them both on tonight, or one tonight, one tomorrow night. Probably just do one at a time, however we're going to do it. If I get them both uploaded tonight, I will. If not, it'll be tonight and tomorrow night. But with that in mind, I hope you're enjoying your night. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Click the notification bell up top to be alerted for when new stuff comes out. All my craziness, all the weirdness, all the coolness. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you like something, got a question, ask me by all means. You just want to comment on how I'm doing. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you whatever, let me know. We'll talk at you all later. And enjoy the video. Take care. See you later. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the corner. Tonight we're going to be doing the next segment, the next part of the wheel building tutorial. I know I left in the last video that we're going to be doing. These are kind of based off the Wide 5 style racing. I know there are resin companies that make these Wide 5s. And I know there's, kits that you can get with the Wide 5s in them, the ASA style stock cars and whatever else. I'm just kind of doing this because I like to build stuff on the cheap. I don't have a whole lot of cash to really go out and buy a whole lot of all the resin stuff and the things like that that I'd like to get. So I find ways to do stuff for little or nothing, or really cheap, or even free in some cases. Try to kind of think outside the box and just do the stuff, whatever. Kind of make my own stuff. Plus it creates a little bit better skill level for yourselves. It kind of allows you to think outside that proverbial box and come up with ways of making things work that normally you just, buy it off a 3D printer or whatever. It's like, takes the fun out of modeling, to me anyway. Teach his own though. I mean, if you guys do that kind of stuff, that's fine. I'm not condoning it, not putting it down or nothing, because if I had the money, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But anyway, tonight we're going to get started on, like I say, the Wide 5s. Sorry, I got a little drainage in my throat today. Getting ready to rain outside, so it's getting a little damp out here. But gonna kind of use this tire as my basis for what I'm gonna be doing tonight. I'm either gonna be using these wheel backs or these wheel backs. These wheel backs I know will fit the tire. Pretty sure these will too. What I'm gonna be doing is they will. We'll make them work. We might have to cut the inside of the tire out a little bit. But sometimes, I'm sure most of you guys know, there's a little ridge right here inside the tire. The little ridge, sometimes you have to, I cut it out just to kind of clearance the wheel, to make allow the wheel to go in. Being that we're going to be doing these, using these, I know the cap plugs that I have will work and so on, but I'd like to try to, I'm going to have to try to make my own depth on these wheels. It's not going to be able to have a set depth to them. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is using these as the outer, and then fill backspace in the back of them, and then putting another shorter wheel back in the back to make the finishing, the finishing edge of the wheel in the rear. But for right now, I'm planning on that'll be the depth of the wheel. In the background, you can see the couple cars here. I got my Super Mod back out again. This has got kind of the style of wheel that we're going after here. The wire nuts, etc., as far as the hubs and such. These were built or made using those plastic cap plugs that I showed you in the last video. I cut the back of them out and just used the hollow core tubes But these are made out of the cap plugs. The little Wing Super Mod here has actual wheels where, you know, using these pieces, actual kit wheels for the wheels on that, you can kind of see the little indentation around the bead area of the wheel there, the lip, if you will. So these are actual kit, you know, the kit hoops. I don't know what kit they came out of, but they're actual hoops out of a kit. And these are used the Goodyear Blue Streak tires on the rear. Now that's a parts box one there that came out of wherever. I don't know where it came from, but that's the other side. Front wheels are just kit wheels, but that's just a little Wing modified, little super mod, older, kind of an old school super mod that I built years ago. But for tonight, we're gonna do what we got right here. I think we're gonna use the white ones and kind of go from there. So being that I know these won't fit down inside the tire, I have a little clean up here too. Get that little stuff off of there, the little nards, if you will, the flash. All right, I gotta get this wire out of my way. There we go. And like I say, we're gonna have to end up cutting the inside of this tire out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get in there and cut that out of there. Use caution when you do this. I'm sure anybody modeler knows that that knife is not a fun thing to take to the finger. I found that out years ago cutting a radiator support, or radiator out of a radiator support on a AMT 66 Ford Fairlane. I was cutting the radiator, the core support, holding it like this, cutting the radiator, cutting through, and the knife slipped and hit my finger right about. You can see a scar right here a little bit yet, a little indent in it. But the blade hit just like that and went through and came out through my fingernail on top. It cut my fingernail. It sliced it from about here out. And to this day, that finger still, I can't feel that. I can feel the pressure of it, but I can't feel the sensation. A couple years after it happened, I told my kid that, Brian. He says, you can too. You got feeling in there. So I took the knife blade and I went like that, stuck it right in my finger, and I held my finger up like this, and the knife was hanging from my finger, you know, totally suspended by my finger. He just kind of freaked out, but anyway. Yeah, I use extreme caution when you're working with these X-Acto blades and stuff, because they will get you. Okay, that's going to be kind of the basis of the wheel. That'll be the outer hoop, and then, like I say, we'll follow up with a little shorter backs, you know, a little bit of shorter backspace wheel for the back of it here to fill the back. Now this should fit. This is going to be glued right to the back side of that wheel when we're done. That'll be kind of your, it won't stay in there. And drop that on the floor. Luckily we got more. That'll be kind of your inner wheel. What the flange and everything will look like. Then the hub will come through after that. I'm going to knock this out of here. All this is going to do, this is that nylon washer that we measured out last time. I forget the part number. That I go to Ace Hardware here in town and buy a lot of these. I forget the part number. I used to have the SKU number on hand, but I don't anymore. But this is going to go back to back and just fit flush right against that wheel, completing off the back of the wheel, and then the wire nuts will come through on this piece of plastic here when we cut this circle out. That'll be the actual back of the, you know, the back of the wheel, and your hub will be on there, and this will be kind of act as your hub. That's what the wire nuts and such will be for here a little bit. Well, alrighty then. I was going to pick that washer up that I dropped, and I can't find it, so it can stay underneath the workbench. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to prep that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out of here. We're going to need a flange. You can use scissors, you can use an X-Acto knife, you can use whatever, whatever you have for means of doing this. I just nip them off. And all I do is just give them a quick workaround. And what you're going to want to do too I use this hoop to draw that circle out on a piece of plastic. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut this out past the lines. You're not going to want to cut it right to the line, otherwise it's going to be too close to the edge of that backing flange. I don't know what you want to call them, but that's what I make up words for, whatever. I like making up words for different stuff. You'll probably find that out soon enough. Like I say, you're just going to trim this off best you can. As I hear the rain starting to fall outside. I guess we had some pretty bad thunderstorms down south last night. Had tornadoes come through and everything. I hope everybody was all right down in the south. I don't know if any of the subscribers, anybody out there watching, are down that way, but hopefully everybody fared a safe night and made it through okay. I haven't heard if there was any serious injuries or fatalities or not. I hope not. Hoping everybody is safe and well tonight. And then, like I say, that'll be the back. Then that'll get glued to the back side once we're done. The reason why I build these separate, I mean, I can glue this together like this and glue this to this and have that portion of the wheel done. The only reason why I kind of leave them separated is just for ease of painting. You'll see on like some of this one, the back, the hub where the wire nut is connected to is silver. So you got like a silver hub mixed with a black wheel. And I've also got some cars, or a couple cars, but I should have pulled them out, where the outer hoop is white and then this hub is black or silver, to where they're a little bit kind of contrasting colors and such. I mean, you can paint them whatever color you want. You can color coordinate it with the body. Like this one could have been white hoops with a silver hub, and then to match the white car. Could have painted the hubs orange to match the chassis with a white hoop to paint, match the car itself too. I mean, the sky's the limit on these things. And the guys back in the day when they built these cars, they painted them whatever colors they wanted anyway, or they painted them to match the sponsorship colors, so on and so forth. All right, but what I'm going to do for tonight is I'm going to end up not painting the wheel. I'm just going to leave it all bare plastic. Then I'll kind of throw it in a box and save it for another build later down the road. I'm just going to kind of do this to whip one together and kind of show you what and how to do this. I'm not going to fully glue it together. That way I can pop it apart later on and use it for another build. Being that I'm only going to be really doing one wheel tonight, just to kind of show you how to do this. And like I say, you can use any depth wheel, and you can use a hoop that shallow. You can use a hoop that deep. You can use it in between. You can use it however deep you want. You can make these wheels out of it. That way you get a little bit different back spacing on your wheel as far as how you want to set it up on the car. Like on the driver's side wheels, you can have these kind of shallow spaced where the tires sit more inward. Right side tires, you can have a really harsh back offset to them to where the wheels are sticking out past the car. What that would do is kind of what this one is. It brings your track pattern all the way over, and it makes your car wider to the right side if you're running an oval. That way it widens out your car to the right, and it allows it to grip better in the corners, and it holds better. If you had the tires offset to the left and want to actually roll over on you, and you'd actually slide in the corner. And, that way with the wider platform on there off to the right side, it allows you to plant that car better in the corner. Dirt cars are a little different setup than asphalt, of course, but this one's kind of set up more as a dirt car would be. These would be kind of ran down in the south, Georgia, Alabama. Back in the day, these are kind of the super mods, like a down south. This would be kind of a super mod that would be run out like New York, out in Oswego, or something that, somewhere out in that area, out in New York way. Just the different areas kind of produce different cars depending on the style and such of where they are. So, but to kind of prep this and get it ready, like I said, we got the hub portion cut out. To the wire nuts, you're gonna have to kind of watch these. I usually go about halfway down.